So this is what Panini does. They do things better than anybody. Maybe if somebody wants to open theirs up and then I can look and see what it looks like.
I think Todd should have to open his up because
I want to keep mine in mint condition.
I don't know.
I mean,
I love
You don't have
keep
to
it in
do
the
nothing,
plastic.
Todd.
you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Seton kind of.
$85 instantly gone from Target shelves. Pre-sale orders overwhelmed Panini servers. This is the impact of Caitlin Clark's brand even in the quiet months, even with no recent on-court action. Dan Patrick, unveiling the collection live, instantly hesitated. He advised leaving it untouched, predicting its future value. That single reaction captures the essence of the Caitlin Clark craze this December. But here's the truly compelling aspect of this launch. The WNBA faces a possible labor dispute. Players are demanding increased compensation, suggesting a boycott of the 2025 season if negotiations fail. And yet, the headline-dominating sports news isn't about these critical talks or income distribution. It's about a Shedeur trading card set, generating more excitement than entire team lineups.
Even though
No, it's meant to be open.
Open and looked at.
No, it's meant to be open, looked at. But I'm going to keep mine wrapped.
I'm going to keep mine wrapped too, since I'm getting a pie in the face.
Right.
So this is it right here. So he goes on
They
to talk.
practice safe card collecting.
That's smart.
All right.
Smart.
Okay.
Wait, how much time is left?
What are
in
your
this?
thoughts on her form here at the? You
Well,
might as well critique it while we're doing it.
This Doug Gottlieb's the one that said that she needs to.
It's not
change.
great. It's not great.
That is an awesome form right there.
Instructions, objective, create an in-depth, original, and thought-provoking analysis. Engagement, focus on hooking and engagement. Length, maintain the exact same length as the original provided text. Do not make the rewritten text shorter. Meaning, ensure the core sense of the original script is fully maintained. Specific edit, change all occurrences of Shedeur to Shedeur within the post. Text to rewrite. Witness the brilliance Panini injected into this collection. A total of 32 trading cards await. Each pack holds 4 cards. 8 packs complete each unit. 50 cards highlight Clark in her Indiana Fever attire. 10 lifestyle cards capture her essence off the hardwood. Autographed versions boast ultra-rare color blast inserts. They even featured her Time magazine cover, the very one that crowned her as women's basketball's icon before her professional debut. This transcends a typical rookie card drop. This is Panini treating a second-year WNBA player as an iconic legend, with universal appeal. They're promoting her like they promote LeBron or Steph Curry. And the market's reaction mirrors Panini's exact expectations. The $85 price tag proved no deterrent. The scarcity fueled immediate demand. And now, even sports collectors unfamiliar with the WNBA are fiercely pursuing sealed boxes,
Introduced the 2025 Caitlin Clark 100 card set, including 50 Caitlin Clark WNBA and 10 Caitlin Clark lifestyles, featuring 4 cards per pack, 8 packs per unit, for a total of 32 cards. Looking for the exclusive green halo, the green laser parallels. Look for autographs and the ultra rare color blast. Insert one exclusive keepsake highlighting the career of Caitlin Clark. They definitely own their job with getting Caitlin Clark pretty much back in the headlines, bruh. So this is it here, y'all. This is it. This is the cover here. That's hard. 32 trading cards, autographs. My thing is, how many of these will be available? Like, is it a limited supply of these? Like, how they going about this? I don't know. It's just very interesting. Moving on to the last.
Sophie Cunningham just said what half the league has been thinking, but won't say publicly. She's not the face of the league. Who would be? Sabrina? No. And then she goes further, saying anyone who argues the WNBA would be where it is without Caitlin Clark is dumb as shit. Those are her exact words, from a player who competed against Clark, who lost to the Fever in the playoffs, who has every reason to downplay her impact. This is the conversation that's been dividing WNBA fans since April. On one side, you've got people pointing to television ratings, attendance figures, merchandise sales, and social media engagement. Every metric that measures fan interest shows massive spikes connected directly to Caitlin Clark. The Fever averaged 1.2 million viewers per nationally televised game in 2020. The next closest team was the Las Vegas Aces at 620. That's not a marginal difference. That's nearly double. On the other side, you've got fans who have been supporting the WNBA for decades, who watched Diana Taurasi dominate, who celebrated Candace Parker's championships, who appreciated the league before it became trendy. They see the Clark hype as disrespectful to players who built the foundation she's standing on. And they're not entirely wrong about that history. But Sophie Cunningham isn't talking about—
What's going on, guys? It's your boy John, the Liquidator, coming back with another video. And it looked like Caitlin Clark has broken the internet yet again. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, I hope everybody's having a great holiday week. Man, I know I've been away the last couple of days, man, getting ready for the holidays. I kind of chill out around this time of the year. Those of you guys who kind of been following the channel for a while know around the holidays, I like to spend time with family and just kind of take it a little easy, man. But we got to talk about this. So Caitlin Clark has broken the internet.
This Panini release timing isn't random. Caitlin Clark's been unseen lately, weeks gone by. No Iowa Hawkeye games attended, no media appearances made. The video creator suggests Indianapolis training likely. Avoiding the spotlight this holiday season. Letting CBA talks unfold without her name everywhere. Politically, that's shrewd. Rumors swirled, Clark might influence strike talks privately. She holds the league's biggest leverage. Public support for a 2025 sit-out would pressure team owners immensely. Playing regardless, though, would hurt the union. Thus, silence. Agent advice most likely, but Panini ignores labor issues. Market demands their concern. They just proved Caitlin Clark moves product in December. WNBA's dead period, mind you, while Shedur's out of public view entirely. That's star power that goes beyond just—
And that is this drop right here. So it says 2025 Panini Caitlin Clark Chronicle keepsake pre-orders. So this is something that is coming out. So Dan Patrick actually spoke about this and kind of broke it all down what this Panini thing is. And he's pretty much saying that people should buy it and not open it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get this or not, but I just thought this was pretty darn interesting. So this is what took place on Dan Patrick's show about an hour ago.
Instructions, objective, create an in-depth, original, and thought-provoking analysis. Engagement, focus on hooking and engagement. Length, maintain the exact same length as the original provided text. Do not make the rewritten text shorter. Meaning, ensure the core sense of the original script is fully maintained. Specific edit, change all occurrences of Shadur to Shedur within the post. Doug Gottlieb critiqued her shooting form, calling it flawed. Dan Patrick's crew instantly challenged that assessment. Observe the form on this card. 2 fingers down, impeccable follow-through. The undeniable retort, the shot goes in. That's the only argument that truly counts. This is the recurring theme with Caitlin Clark critiques. An expert questioned an element of her play. Her college shooting form was deemed too low. Her release point supposedly exposed her to taller defenders. WNBA physicality was predicted to overwhelm her. She'd purportedly fail to orchestrate an offense against professional defenses. Each and every one of those forecasts proved inaccurate. She secured second place in MVP voting. As a rookie, she shattered the single-season assist record. She effectively hauled a struggling team that went 13-27 the prior year into the playoffs. So when Panini immortalizes her shooting form on a premium trading card, they disregard Doug Gottlieb's technical breakdown. They're wagering on outcomes. And the outcomes demonstrate that despite any mechanical imperfections in her shot, they're irrelevant when she's sinking step-back threes from the logo and concluding the season with a 34% three-point percentage.
Not great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
2 fingers down.
Yeah. When
Got to put it in there.
when Doug said that her form
Yeah, not great.
needs to change your shot.
It's never going to work at the next level.
All I know is that shot's going in.
Yep. So shout out to Dan Patrick for giving us a breakdown of this Caitlin Clark collection that has been released by Panini. So this is what is in the inside of there. It says pre-order Panini Caitlin Clark Chronicle. So as you guys can see here, it says 32 trading cards. Wow. It's Caitlin Clark in Indiana Fever All-Star Game. I believe her Time Magazine stuff is in there. Sold out at Target. Said it's sold out at Target. So this is $82.
This is the card collection's true significance, truly. Panini's wagering Caitlin Clark's market appeal will surge, not diminish, with time. They're betting that a sealed 2025 Chronicle box will exceed $85 in value 5 years hence, fueled by her growing legend. This bet isn't extended to other WNBA stars, not even those adorned with championships and MVP accolades. Aja Wilson secured consecutive MVPs in 2023 and 2024, steering the Aces to successive championships. Statistically, she reigns as the WNBA's premier player by a considerable margin. Yet, Panini isn't launching a 100-card Aja Wilson collection featuring premium packaging and lifestyle shots. They're not anticipating collectors to view her cards as top-tier investments. Breanna Stewart inked the WNBA's most lucrative contract upon joining the Liberty. A two-time champion, two-time Finals MVP, and two-time League MVP, her resume is undeniable. Still, her cards aren't flying off Target shelves. Her name doesn't generate the same search volume. Her social media engagement doesn't compete. Sabrina Ionesco is another name frequently invoked in such discussions. She boasts the New York market, the Nike endorsement, and a three-point contest victory against Steph Curry. She's supremely gifted and marketable. However, when Panini faced the decision of whom to center a premium collection around, they opted for Shedeur Clark. This
is Sophie Cunningham speaking on Caitlin Clark. Let's roll it.
And it literally like pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. Like, we have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league,
Yeah.
or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as shit.
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as fuck. And it literally like pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the
So
league.
that's Sophie Cunningham, man. Speaking about Caitlin Clark being the face of the league. I want to know you guys' thoughts down in the comment section right now. Happy holidays to everybody. Try to put out some content later today and throughout the week. Probably chill out as we get closer to Christmas, though, y'all. So might just go down to maybe 1 or 2 videos a day, if that, when it get close to Christmas. But I just want to thank you guys for one hell of a year here on the channel. I was kind of in a funk, I ain't gonna lie, because we didn't hit 100K this year. I'm not buying subscribers or views. That's not my cup of tea. But I just wanted to really hit 100K. It really bothered me that we didn't, but we gonna roll on, man. We gonna add a bunch of new stuff to the channel in 2026, and we just gonna keep the WNBA train rolling, man. But I want to know y'all thoughts down in the comment section right now. Keep them bells on. Till next time, man.
The video creator mentioned he's frustrated about not hitting 100K subscribers in 2026. He's not buying views or subscribers, which means his growth is organic, driven entirely by people choosing to watch WNBA content. And the reason his channel grew at all this year is because Caitlin Clark gave him something to talk about that casual sports fans actually cared about. That's the reality for WNBA content creators right now. The algorithm rewards Clark content because viewers click on it, watch it all the way through, and engage in the comments. Videos about other players don't perform the same way. It's not a conspiracy. It's not media bias. It's audience behavior reflecting genuine interest. This creates a challenging dynamic for the league. On one hand, you want to capitalize on the star power that's driving unprecedented attention. On the other hand, you don't want the entire league's identity to revolve around one player. Especially when that player is white in a league that's 70% black. That tension is real, and it's not going away. But Sophie Cunningham's point is that denying the reality doesn't help anyone. Pretending that Caitlin Clark isn't the primary driver of the WNBA's current mainstream relevance doesn't make other players more famous. It just makes the conversation dishonest, and dishonest conversations don't lead to productive solutions. The question isn't whether Clark is the face of the league. The Panini Collection release answers that question definitively. The question is what the league does with that reality. Do they build a sustainable model that uses her star power to elevate other players? Do they create storylines and rivalries that give fans reasons to care about games she's not playing in? Do they develop marketing strategies that acknowledge her unique appeal while also showcasing the depth of talent across the league? Because here's what happens if they don't figure this out. Caitlin Clark will eventually retire. Maybe that's 10 years from now. Maybe it's 15. And if the WNBA hasn't built a foundation of fans who care about the league beyond one player, all this momentum disappears. The television ratings drop back to where they were. The attendance numbers decline. The merchandise sales crater. And the next generation of players inherits a league that had its moment but couldn't sustain it. That's the stakes of this conversation. It's not about whether Sophie Cunningham is right that Clark is the face of the league. She obviously is. The Panini Collection proves it. The sold-out Target inventory proves it. The Dan Patrick Show dedicating a segment to trading cards proves it. What matters now is whether the WNBA's leadership, the players' union, the team owners, and the media covering the league can have honest conversations about how to leverage this moment into long-term growth. The CBA negotiations are part of that conversation. Players are asking for higher salaries, better travel conditions, improved maternity benefits, and a larger share of revenue. Those are legitimate demands backed by the fact that the league's revenue is growing. But that revenue is growing in large part because of one player's impact on television ratings and attendance. So how do you structure a deal that compensates all players fairly while also acknowledging that market value isn't distributed equally? The league's expansion plans are part of that conversation. The WNBA is adding teams in San Francisco and Toronto, with more cities being considered. Those expansion teams will draft players from existing rosters. Will fans in those new markets show up if Caitlin Clark isn't on the schedule? Will they buy jerseys and merchandise for players they've never heard of? Or does the league need to ensure that every market gets at least a few high-profile games featuring the players who actually drive ticket sales? The media rights negotiations are part of that conversation. The current television deal expires after the 2025 season. The WNBA is negotiating new contracts with networks, and the numbers being discussed are significantly higher than the previous deal. But those networks are betting on continued growth in viewership. If Caitlin Clark gets injured, or if fan interest declines for any reason, suddenly those projections look a lot less certain. The league needs to demonstrate that it can maintain audience engagement beyond one player's individual appeal. So when you see an $85 trading card collection sell out in hours, you're not just seeing market demand for sports memorabilia. You're seeing evidence of where the WNBA stands at the end of 2020. Caitlin Clark is the face of the league. Sophie Cunningham is right about that. Anyone arguing otherwise is ignoring objective reality. The question is whether the league can build something sustainable around that reality, or whether this moment becomes a cautionary tale about putting all your eggs in one basket. The Panini collection will be worth something 5 years from now. That's a safe bet. Whether the WNBA as a whole is worth more 5 years from now depends on decisions being made right now during these CBA negotiations, during these expansion discussions, during the